How's it going, Scorpios? Welcome to my channel and to your September 2019 love reading. We're going to take a look at the connection with you and the person you're interested in, see where that's going, what you need to know, what you need to avoid, all that jazz. Okay, this will be for singles and for partners. And if you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me, guys. If you like how I do things, hit subscribe and comment giveaway down below, and I'll get you added to my monthly reading giveaway. And if you're returning, thank you guys for all your support. Same rules apply. Go ahead and comment giveaway. And hope you guys are doing really well. Thanks so much for all of your support and dedication to my channel. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, you want to take a look at my schedule, the link for the extended available on this. I have my membership information and all my healing products are down listed in the description box. You can check that out. You can also reach me on Instagram at earthlyenergies1111, guys, alright? For the extended, we're going to go way deeper here and look at blockages, hidden factors, things that you need to know, actions, and advice. I'm going to clarify everything, okay? Sorry, this damn umbrella. It's hot out here today. Alright, so let's get this started. This is a general reading, guys. Take what fits and leave the rest, alright? Lots of stuff going on astrologically, so I'll kind of go through that as we enter into your reading and see where things are going. Alright, Scorpio, overall energy, Six of Cups. Man, everybody's getting that card. Going into to nostalgia, right? Thinking and feeling and wanting to have some fun and get out there and just kind of rejuvenate your energy with a good time here. Seven of Wands for your overall energy about this person. So a little bit on defense, not too sure, have a little bit of that guard up, but overall there's some passion going on here. There's some passion, wanting to kind of, maybe even just a desire to really complete things, you know, get it into a position that's workable. The person you're dealing with here, Two of Swords in reverse, so they're working through some things, okay? They're trying not to go backwards in some old patterns, some old behaviors, and they might be a little bit stuck as far as what to do next with regards to you, okay, Scorpio? Let's see what's going on with this connection. The Emperor, foundational constructs are taking place. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into astrological stuff. That's what's happening. This is for my singles, by the way. So, about mid-month here, we've got Mercury, Venus, and the Sun going into Libra, and then we've got Saturn going direct in Capricorn. Basically meaning that we've got an extra focus on your personal limitations, on your grounding, your ability to set boundaries and stick with them that have all to do with and are surrounded by your utmost self-worth, okay, and self-love. So communication is going to be coming through mid-month. It's going to be a little interesting because it's going to require a certain type of approach here. Now, it's a serve-or-suffer energy, you guys. We're in Virgo energy. It's go with the flow. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump to conclusions and feel like you just know what the answer is. That's not what this is about. This is about taking the moment and finding harmonious and constructive communication. That will get you to your next step. It'll either get you to where you're supposed to be, ultimately, or it'll get you what you want, okay? But whichever's best for you is the one you want to go with. So it's either what you want or better, right? Whatever's in your best interest. So if you're able to be constructive in your communication, what you're going to do is realize that you have a new sense of harmony and balance and a new type of relationship beginning. It's on a whole nother level. In other words, it will be extremely successful at that point. However, if it's toxic, if it's karmic, if it needs to go, now's the time that's going to happen, probably in September. Which I did see coming, you guys, because this was, you know, a couple months ago I talked about how August and September was going to be a big moment for change. You know, whatever needed to happen to gain the perspective in the right direction was going to happen August, September. So that's where we're at. And then, again, if you can come out of this finding balance within, you know, but also holding up your self-worth, I'm telling you guys, brand new beginnings are happening, but you have a voice and you're going to be on point with your words, so don't question yourselves either. We've got the King of Wands as far as the overall influence and as far as love goes. So somebody's quite bold here, and somebody has, I feel like there's like an inferiority thing going on. So like I would caution you to put up too much of that bold energy without incorporating the other person into this, okay? So if you if you're wanting to make a move here and towards a solid direction, whoever's not stepping it up as far as either really taking into consideration the most important factors or taking into consideration the other person in general, okay? But rather than being somebody's taking this like, I want to be the best, but it's not leaving enough room for somebody to come in. Yeah, you look good, or they look good, but there's not room for somebody else to come in and look good too. So that's kind of the influence, if there is a struggle or if there was a past struggle. Okay, this is the influencing energy for those of you who are either dealing with somebody or coming into unity with another person. I am seeing to be aware of this particular type of behavior and communication, okay? What to avoid, we've got the Ace of Swords, so we want to avoid being sharp and coming from an energy that's kind of unlike you. You know, you're very, you're straightforward, but you have a sense of molding the communication and the energy to certain people, to certain characteristics, and really to, I think, any kind of conversation you want to have, you have a skill at doing that. So the one person you need to do that with the most, though, is the person you're interested in. That can be hard sometimes because a comfort can develop, and we forget to do that. So Scorpio, my biggest set of advice as far as action to take and what to do here is to kind of maybe take a step back and look at if there's relationships that you really, ponder on and you wonder, about them. Go back and find a deeper meaning to that particular situation, whether you need to heal from that or it's something you want to pursue, depending on your situation. Either way, go back and really dive a little deeper here when it comes to what happened with that relationship or that situation, and find out if there's a way you can apply your awesomeness skills to this one to make it work. This could be an indication the person you were dealing with also wasn't applying this. Maybe you were and they weren't the ones that were putting forward the effort, but and I think I'm getting the impression with this High Priestess in reverse that you kind of know what's going on. You can see or feel that there's something more going on than it's actually visible here. So if you're waiting on someone else to step it up here, then what you need to know about that situation is the Ten of Pentacles. I do see them at least coming to light as far as their position with you. Okay, I do see some clarity with the position. So you're not going to sit here in stagnancy. They were coming out of stagnancy. Yeah, they were coming out of stagnancy here. So if this is a situation where it's you that needs to look a little deeper and provide, we've got the Lover's card. So I think either way it's going to turn out just fine, but it's going to take positive, constructive, respectful communication that actually shows reciprocation for each other, validation. You're acknowledging one another, you're recognizing efforts, qualities, even if they're qualities that you don't necessarily like. Those have to come out too and be appreciated. You guys are funny because you like to put like names to things, and like that particular personality could be this person and this one could be that, and then you guys can kind of make it a journey, not something that anybody has to be, nobody should be feeling like they need to change necessarily or the qualities that they have are bad. It's just about learning about what they are rather than being fearful about how to handle it. Okay, these are all qualities that everybody's got stuff. So appreciate what they are so they can appreciate in return. Everybody needs a safe zone, Okay. Alright, let's get you a message here of advice before we get to the partners and the extendeds. Learn from life. Yeah, Scorpio, I'm definitely seeing that for a lot of you. There's a good opportunity still available here. It's just about getting your heads in the right place. Coming to terms with, acknowledging our misdeeds as well as others' accomplishments. All of that has to be equal on both sides. So we're just learning from a lesson here and coming into terms. Some of you are, a lot of you were either going back to come to some kind of a realization because you have someone in mind, or there's someone from your past that's on your mind that you're thinking about going back to, or hoping for some prosperity with that, and maybe for them to kind of come into their intuition. All right, that's what I'm seeing. All right, partners. Let's see how you're feeling. Current energy. King of Pentacles. Feeling capable, feeling confident. Things are going well. You've got a good handle on your, work life and all of your little aspects that you like to juggle in life. You got a good stand on that. The Star card, you're feeling really good. You've got a lot of stuff going on here. I think you've got a lot going on in work. You've got a lot going on in kind of who you are, where you're at with things. You're feeling good about your place. You could be getting a lot of admiration around the person that is on your mind. It feels like you are quite sharp with your words, like very direct. There's not a whole lot of emotion going on right now, but there is there's intensity. Okay, you've got that charisma going on, but I feel like they're not sensing a complete 100% openness when it comes to the connection with you. So this could be dealing with something. I feel like this is very divinely guided here. So let's just look forward a little bit more here in the connection. Four of Cups. So I feel like this person you're dealing with is a little bit uneasy, or just in a kind of a discontent, not sure what to really make of you. Okay, I feel like past actions possibly have something to do with this, as well as the way that you communicate with them. Those two things aren't jiving so well with your person. Again, I feel like this is some type of because you're not feeling necessarily bad. I think you're busy. You have a lot going on. And this is about an important message, okay, to come from this situation. Now, if this is a partnership and you guys aren't together at the moment, I do see that there is going to be a need for some kind of a communication, some kind of expression that can get things going in the right direction here, okay, because it's kind of stuck. It's a little bit stuck. Balance is not exactly, it hasn't been available, but I think that's kind of what's coming to light here is there's a need to communicate. But I think there's a little bit of a hesitation here, because they don't want anything bad to happen or anything bad to be said. So maybe that's it. You guys, if you're in a separation, this is about, there's a delay in communication because they're worried about what will come from this communication. Like, it'll get worse rather than better. For those of you that are in a relationship, okay, Knight of Cups and Page of Cups. Knight of Cups in reverse. So it looks like we've kind of gone backwards a little bit and decided to maybe evaluate some things a little bit on the side. Okay, so you could be just kind of cruising on the side here and waiting to get some information, or waiting for things to develop, possibly. The person that you're dealing with here is possibly a bit pessimistic and trying to come back into kind of their own emotions and their own comfortable self. Okay, that may have been going on for some time. That's why there's a little bit of a disconnect. Maybe you said some things that made them feel a bit negative, and you had to kind of wait for the reset. Two of Pentacles, yeah. So there's a truce that's kind of waiting to happen here. You were waiting for them to get in the right state of mind so that this can take place, or you're waiting to see if it's going to take place to know what to do to move forward here. All right, are we dealing with some lasting love, or what do we got going on? The World. Well, the energy is at least coming to a completion to where you're either moving into the next step of not stability, but commitment, or you were finishing up a karmic relationship and going into something that's much deeper, has much deeper meaning, but you're a little stuck on that right now, or somebody's stuck on that, Trying to figure out who they want and what they want. Yeah, they're waiting on like this realization to take place on whether or not you're like their person. Like they're kind of stuck in their own little cage here, where you're contemplating just having a good time and being happy and wanting to get out there and just, you know, you miss somebody. They're just trying to figure out if this is actually meant to be. Okay. And contemplating on all of the past things, you know, trying to put all the pieces together. Are we meant to be? Are we meant to be? Where's the realization? Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in my head. I'm trapped. I don't know. Right? So they probably run from it. Right? And then they're like, I don't know if I'm done or not. I'm just stuck. Well, they're coming out of that energy. Good. That's the good thing here. Okay, they are coming out of that energy. All right. Influencing factors here. The Page of Swords. So somebody keeps running away and getting scared and kind of blocking things off. That's pretty much what I'm seeing there. Interesting. Okay. Now, what do we need to avoid? Sharp tongue. And if you really want this, definitely don't make an impression that you don't, because that's going to not make things any better. I would tell you to write it out as opposed to jump. I told you, just go with the flow on this one, guys. Let this timing naturally develop, because that's where it needs to go. This person's healing through some things and trying to put it all out on the table and work through it properly, but they have like a funny way of handling things. Like they have to do it a certain measured way, or it's just, or they feel like it's not going to be successful or something funny. Interesting. All right. So what you need to know is the Six of Wands. So this person really does have a desire to move forward and be successful. I mean, they really do. They have a passion for you. That is not denied here. That is here. But the issue is there's certain things that have happened, like principal matters, that they are stuck on, and they're not sure because they haven't seen enough of that initial, they haven't seen enough of that emotional effort from you, that it's not going to happen again, or vice versa. You haven't gotten it from them that that's not going to happen. So this could be you that's blocking them, okay? Or considering it, or at least coming off that way. Could definitely be in vice versa mode here. All right. Let's get you. So overall, what I'm seeing is sorry. Allergies are terrible, guys. Sorry. Okay. Knight of Wands for actions to take. Take some initiative. I think they're waiting for you to take action. Whether it's to voice how you feel, or to acknowledge some things that happened. It's one or the other. And then for my singles here, action to take, Ten of Swords. So releasing some kind of impression or old way of doing things. It's more that. Okay, let's get you guys this is for my partners, a message for my partners. Accept love. Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot of you like completely 100% walking away. I'm not seeing that. But I am seeing a lot of misunderstandings and just kind of, a lot of energy just going all over the place and not organized, right? But this is love. This is like chaotic love, like chaotic, passionate, intensities here. Man, oh man. Let's get one more for you. Connect with Gaia. So connect with your energies, go out into nature. Jesus, my words are like melting together. Go out into nature and collect your thoughts, collect your energies, really feel this one out. See if this is something you're really wanting to commit to, and if so, use that beautiful creative energy and find a way to get this person's attention in the ways that they are feeling is necessary, okay? And that could be just one of those quirky types of characteristics that makes them them. And maybe you need to kind of connect on whether or not that's something you're willing to accept, okay? It kind of goes for all of you. And vice versa. It's got to go both ways. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get into your extended, guys. Have a lovely month. And I'm always here if you guys need any clarity, all right? All right, singles, let's keep going here and see what we've got going on as far as overall energy, influence. So the King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Strength card. Alright guys, yeah, so this is kind of waiting on someone's interpretation here to really come back into full light. Again, if you're... Give me a sec, guys. Yeah, I think this has a very strong potential. It's just waiting for someone to come into some kind of terms with how they want to go about doing things, or maybe how they feel truly about the relationship. So the Magician and the Five of Swords clarifies the King of Wands, which is the influencing energy. And that's telling me that I think someone here is feeling like one's over the other. Like it's not an equal balance, and it's creating a sense of like hidden dishonor and hidden emotions that are building and animosities. And so you can't really see... One, you can't see eye to eye on things, and two, you can't build that Seven of Pentacles because there's underlying things going on. So structure has to be really, really established here for this to really move forward. It can't be one-sided here, right? The Knight of Wands. You guys are going to have to both need to get into this creative mode to get this flowing here. Everybody needs to take a step back and really listen to their intuition and come from a very pure intention, but that is also in your best interest and in their best interest. I mean, it needs to be wholesome all the way around here, guys. All right, any facts here that are hidden? There is a commitment. There is the traditional route, I think, will win, though. As long as things are, you know, it doesn't have to be like everybody else or like by the book, but it does have to have foundational, you know, rules and plans of action and things that you will tolerate, things you won't tolerate. Letting all of that out, that's what builds the safe zone, okay? You guys are just in a process of getting to the next step here. So there's been a little bit of a pause so that can take place, in other words. All right? Sometimes you have to kind of step away to get into your own head and find out how you want to go about working things here. And we've got the Justice card. So there is going to be balance with this. The more balanced and the better your intentions are, the better the outcome's going to be. And that's on both sides. Now, you can't control the other side necessarily, but you can control yours. And going back and looking at things and really, you know, that sometimes that includes and involves working in those emotions, but there is a deeper meaning that you're going to take from this. And as long as you go with the flow and just ride it to the end, and whatever that way that means for you, you're going to be, I think you're going to be happy with the result. The Lovers for the blockage. Because I think this is a very strong connection. The problem here is there is a miscommunication or something that you're not seeing eye to eye or quite right. Or I also get the feeling this could be just bad communication. unfortunately, that can happen. I mean, that can be the demise of relationships, just having bad communication. But if you guys are willing to establish a plan and a way to do things that you both feel good about, I don't think you're going to have that problem. But it is a Tower moment that needs to take place if that's something that you want to do. I feel like one of you has a tendency to run from Tower moments, though. Contributing factors, yeah, the Page of Wands. So it's either the swift action towards the partnership or swift action the other direction, and that's the problem. There hasn't been a reliable action that's taken place for this to take it to the next level. So it's either now or never. You guys either establish this or you move on. Here is what I'm seeing. Actions to take: 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Well, but what Spirit and energy wants you to do is to sit down together, communicate, find a plan, bring them all together here, work it out, work out the details, and bring this partnership back together, or at least bring it into something that is balanced and it has potential. So if you're coming out of something that does not feel that way and it's been toxic and you know that's not the one there's obviously something very good coming your way, and you need to clear your energy so that this can approach you. But what I'm seeing is don't shut anything down unless it's toxic and you guys are, I mean, I don't know if I need to clarify what that means, but I think you guys know. I mean, if everybody's miserable and nothing's going right here, then you definitely need to take a break at least. And that for those of you in that situation, this is a time for you guys to think of things on your own, and then you're coming back together. Others of you, this is an opportunity for you guys to really fine-tune what it is you want in the future. All right. And then for some, they're waiting on you to move forward and bring up what you want. Do you want to move forward with a more solid commitment here? Take it to the next level. But they have some anxiety about talking to you about it. I think they're afraid you're going to shut them down or reject them or something like that. They don't, I mean, there's like, they know that there's a possibility that things are going to be fine, but that fear factor is taking over. So if you're waiting for the answer for them to approach, that this is what's going on. So you might need to make the move, or at least know that that's what's happening. All right. Further advice for my singles. Speak your mind. Okay, so if there's a blockage here, you might need to be coming from you as far, because there's something about communication, either from the past or whatever's going on now, that is making them feel very uneasy about coming forward. Okay? They want to be in this position to approach you. It's something from the past was said that they don't feel that way anymore. So they feel like this, like a little, their energy's just kind of like partly there. All right, now for my, my partners. Okay, let's see where you're at here. Overall energy, let's just confirm here. Oh look, the Hangman again. Okay, imagine that. So just confirming here, yeah, your person is in a bit of a struggle here in their own head. They are stuck on what they're going to do. That's at least what they've been stating to you, or that's what the impression is. The World card here. Are you staying or going? Are we, you know, what's the deal here? Overall, though, this is fulfillment that is taking place, okay? So, confirm what we need to avoid here. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Avoiding balance. You need to have this conversation here. Let's keep going here. Yeah, again, okay, so the influencing balance is they're afraid to approach. You know, they're not sure if they're listening to their intuition properly, if they know what your purpose in their life is about. And so the influencing energy is just still sitting in this kind of disappointment, this unknowing. So they're like escaping it as opposed to dealing with it. And they're avoiding getting into a better energy because they're afraid to communicate. They're just not feeling so empowered right now. What do you need to know? Ace of Cups. Like I said, for many of you, this is going to turn into something that you hoped for. I mean, I am seeing that. What a funny little bug. But for others of you, this realization has got to take place first. I mean, they're going to have to really come into their own comfort levels here before a new beginning can take place. Alright, so show me some challenges here. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Having trouble with conflict. I mean, this is when you guys communicate and you're trying to do this inner work and reflect on things, aggression just comes out instead, as opposed to being able to work together with confidence and victory here. The blockage. The Emperor, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there's just been a lot of stuff said and done, and this is what's holding this up. It's resentment, or at least just they're not able to heal from it because they don't feel like the right actions or words have been spoken to them yet. So they're like sitting here waiting for you, basically. I don't think they're done yet, but they're waiting on something. They're waiting on this realization to take place. Like, I know they're waiting for like you to offer the world to them and then everything will be good, but that's not exactly reasonable, right? So that could be the holdup. They're still structuring what is even practical to ask for, or to know what to even ask for at all. Maybe they're having a struggle with that in their own selves, not knowing how to keep balance in their life. So how are they going to balance a relationship, you know? Alright. You got so many cards trying to come out. Contributing factors. Ace of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. So, you guys, like I said, are very good at communicating and showing a lot of admiration to people. You make them feel great. However, it was like admiration was going maybe elsewhere, or they felt like they weren't getting it from you. And it stopped this from moving forward. All of this contributed to, they wanted your attention, they wanted your emotions and to move forward, but it just wasn't happening quite the way that they wanted. So perhaps the issue is that their expectations are too high, or maybe yours are, or maybe that just hasn't been established as to what those even are for either of you. And so you guys are just winging it every time you interact here. There's some actions you can take. The Four of Pentacles. So I'm feeling more acknowledging, communicating about that situation, about the lack of reciprocation from that. Maybe you guys are both pretty self-absorbed with regards to that. But let me tell you something. Your Tower moment, this transformation towards something better, a reinvented relationship, or even a new solid relationship is not happening until you guys can sort that out. Come to balance with that. And whatever that means, it could be children, it could be money, it could be time, it could be experiences, emotions. I mean, it could be a number of things. But overall, balance is needed for this to move into the next phase here. And the High Priestess in reverse again. I thought that was you that got it. Maybe it was my singles. Anyway, this is a sense of knowing. This is no longer being hidden. It's no longer in the background. It's here. The advice is to take action now. Listen to your intuition now, because you're no longer trying to develop it. you know. And this person, it could also be an indication that's what this person's been working on. And now they're coming into a knowing. Okay, so again, don't jump to conclusions. Let things happen in their own way. The sun and the stars. So this is going to be something that's very rewarding. It's part of your destiny. Okay, it's ultimately what you wanted anyway. And I think from a lot of you, you're going to get what you want. It will be a wish fulfillment. But you have to let this ride out, and you have to acknowledge and make some actions here. For those of you who resonate to that, this is going to be a good month to do that. Okay, if you're like, oh hell no, it's not me, it's them, then this will be probably the month that you're going to hear from them. Okay. All right, lovelies. I hope that helps give you clarity further. And if you want to look into your situation, let me know. Much love. We'll talk to you soon.